Making it to the WNBA was never a dream of mine. I think my biggest goal was how can I get better every year? I want to say I was around 12, 13, considered as a late bloomer. And I got 3 older brothers. They didn't allow me to play offense, so they made me play defense the whole time, so I thought it was a dumb sport. And I discovered I liked it because I tried out for my middle school basketball team, and that's when I first discovered that you don't only play defense.
When she first started off playing ball, she really didn't want to do it. Me and my brother, who's not here right now, we forced her to do it. You gotta put that height to use.
And I was like, oh, they've been punking me all this time.
We had a basketball court in our projects where we had growing up at. It was right in the back of our house, so it was easy walking out whatever time of the day she wanted to go play ball, teach her what she wanted to learn, and she grew from there.
Through multiple defenders and one.
Dishes it to Fowles, beautiful pass.
When she started to play basketball and how she progressed at that, then I knew that was the gift that God gave her. When she started to grow, her body was one muscle. And I look at her, I said, oh my goodness, God is gonna do something amazing with that body. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do with Sylvia. I knew she was gonna be special. And I just ain't know what it was gonna be at a very young age, but I know she was gonna be special. Sylvia was very busy at a young age. She was always happy.
She was very tough. She was rough. She was a rough girl.
But she get that from us. By her saying 3 oldest brothers growing up, tough neighborhood, gotta hold it for their own selves. At an early age, she was more like a shy person because of her height and the shoe size that she wore. Then, she used to get picked at all the time. But when she started playing ball in junior high, all that changed. No more picking. It's Big Syl now.
Big Syl.
There is a big-time rejection by Big Syl.
Look out below.
She was targeted as our #1 recruit, as she was for everybody in the country. She was a high school phenom with her size and her athletic ability. It was amazing to watch somebody that graceful at that height, at that age.
I mean, we just trying to go out there and work hard. Everybody out there doing their role, and we just out here to play.
I can distinctly remember just telling her that she had a chance to be something totally special, totally different, and that I thought if she come to LSU and was willing to be committed and work hard, that she could change the game. And that's exactly what she did.
I had some phenomenal coaches at LSU, especially Coach Starkey, who pushed me every day. And I think that was a crucial time for me being away from home and just having to figure things out on my own.
Well, my coaching style is probably, it's a little bit on the aggressive side. There's some intensity to me. I coach Sylvia a little harder than most any player I've ever coached. And that's because, #1, I saw something in her. #2, I thought she could take it. She loves to tell the story that her first couple of weeks as a freshman, that I reduced her to tears a couple of times, which is true, but then what she doesn't tell is that evening I would get a text or a phone call, say, Coach, I love it, I want to be great, you come back and you get after me again tomorrow.
She used to call home complaining, sometimes crying, and I used to be like, Sylvia, it's only 4 years, you can do this. The very last time she called home complaining, because we stayed in public housing, right? And I was like, okay, just come on home. I guess we'll continue to stay in public housing. Sylvia ain't called home complaining no more.
No, we ain't argue with her. You want to go home? Come on home, baby. We satisfied where we at. Are you? And she was like, nah, I don't think I'm going to tough it out. And that was the last conversation we ever heard of her wanting to leave college. And that's what she needed to hear.
There it is! Sylvia Fowles throws it down.
She threw that one down with authority.
I got a great story here. We had what's called a walkthrough. Of course, I had the post players, so we'd go through our post moves, our post shots, and then I always finish by tossing the ball to Syl at the free throw line and telling her to dunk one. But we got a little frustrated because Syl, we thought, had a couple opportunities to dunk in a game and passed it up. So on this particular day, we're playing the University of Louisiana Lafayette, and we get done shooting. I said, okay, guys, to the other end. Sylvia goes, wait a minute, I didn't get my dunk in. I said, we're wasting our time. You're not going to dunk, so we're not going to work on it today. Well, she got a little gruff. She got a little upset with him. Well, the other, lo and behold, early in the ball game, she jumped out and trapped a ball screen, stripped it, and went down and threw it down. And it was special. It was special, not because it was a dunk, but because it was still a step in her growth.
Today we are celebrating our favorite person, Sylvia Fowles, the Sylvia Fowles.
Each day since 2015, when we have practice, she starts the day interrupting our coaching staff meeting with a loud bang on the door and just comes in and gives the biggest, warmest hug.
Everybody that knows Syl jokes about it, but the trademark with Syl is that big bear hug. I think it'd be interesting to see how many bear hugs she's passed out in her lifetime.
I guarantee you she would meet you with a smile and a hug and warmth, because that's who Sylvia Fowles is.
You came into my life at a time where I was going through a lot, and I'm so grateful for you. You were there for me in ways that I can never repay. And I was doing an interview today, and they were talking about what your legacy was. And one thing that my dad, who loves you, always talks to me about is no one's gonna remember what you did, but they're gonna remember how you made them feel. And you're someone that makes everyone feel loved. There's rookies in this league that know who you are because of how you make them feel. And so I was one of those players that you were there for me in a very tough time, and you just became my sister. And I just wanna say, I am proud of you, I am happy for you. I know you're about to kick your legs up.
And your legacy is so much about that and that personal warmth and that connection with people. And for as much as you've done on the court, which makes you an icon, it's everything else that truly makes you so legendary.
It's just so hard to accept things. I don't see myself in that light. I'm very humble, very, very humble. And I think that just comes from a single parent mom, having older siblings, and just understanding you have to work for everything. And so I don't see myself as this iconic person. I see myself as Syl. And it's been a roller coaster. Everything haven't always been peaches and cream. We know that. And I get frustrated sometimes because I feel like I'm underrated. But at the end of the day, one thing I stand on is how hard you work. And I think at the end of the day, if people like it or not, they're gonna have to respect the things that I've done throughout this league.
I think every one of us here know that Syl's generosity, the size of her heart, is something really special, and we're all blessed to have a chance to share in your life. I do want to do a toast. Toast to the amazing, and by the way, this is your last All-Star game, not your last regular season game. You have more time before you kick them feet up.
Yes.
It really clicked, I want to say my sophomore year in college, where I was like, oh, I really can do this as a profession, that I can actually play in the WNBA.
With the second pick in this 2008 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky selects Sylvia Fowles of Louisiana State University.
I love Chicago. Chicago is probably one of my favorite cities outside of Miami. The fans has been great. Every time I go there, they show me love, and so it's real in Chicago.
Sylvia Fowles, going from the Chicago Sky to the Minnesota Lynx, part of a three-way deal.
This has been 7 months since we got the news that Sylvia would like to come and play here with the Lynx.
In 2014, I was done with my contract. I wanted to go elsewhere to play, and Chicago called my bluff. And they cored me, and I had to sit out half a season of 15. And I was so depressed. I had made a commitment to myself that I was done.
You know, I say, sis, listen, you gave Chicago all you had. You can't feel sorry for you trying to grow as a player and trying to get the jury that you're trying to earn. So with that being said, if that means, you know, you sticking to your guns, holding out until they trade you or whatever the case may be, we go do that.
It was hard to leave. I also knew, like, if I wanted to grow on a different level, that I had to leave Chicago. It was a growing period because that was like for the first time I actually stood up for myself and believed in like what my heart wanted to do.
For me, in Chicago, I don't think she was getting enough recognition. But when she came over here, Minnesota, it just blew up. She got MVP, they won a championship. That's what she wanted. So we already know it's gonna go up from there.
I wanted to play for two coaches, and Cheryl Reed was one of those coaches. It made it easier here because Simone was here and I had connection with her, as well as Maya and Lindsay. So it's pretty much a no-brainer. They didn't have like a true post play at the time. Started playing some of the best basketball I had played. Definitely made me a stronger player. But also too, like, it's okay to like step outside the box and do things that you believe in your heart that you need to be doing.
I think some of the overlooked sacrifices are time. It's totally different than a male player in the NBA. There's no off season. She missed a lot of family time, an opportunity to raise a family. She put a lot of things on the back burner.
The sacrifices are real. You have to have a tough shell to play basketball. Everybody just sees the glitz and the glamour of it, but they really don't understand the process. I've been cycling since 2011-12. It gives me a space to only have to think about myself. I'm always thrown in situations that makes me think of others.
Where your bike at? You supposed to join us.
Biking gives me a relaxed feeling, totally opposite of what basketball gives me. I'm always thinking about the next play when it comes to basketball. Cycling, you pretty much relax the whole time. This is probably like my third, fourth slow roll with the community. You get a lot of young people out there just willing to just talk about random things throughout the day, and I just soak up those moments because I love to hear people's stories.
Am I invited for dinner?
Moments like this is what I live for. Most of these people just see me on the court. I'm saying hi as I fly by.
Y'all joining us?
Just to have the time to just sit and also listen to my story too.
Well, yeah, so I'm not putting a time frame on anything. Just gonna let it play out, see how I feel.
I think it's also the cool part about the slow roll and the bike.
We made it! Thank you!
It's weird because I've never seen this whole thing been about me. I know I get a lot of shine and spotlight, but my goal is always, how can I deflect that and make other people feel good? If I have to choose of what I want my legacy to be, I think I will say consistency. I've been dominating for a while. That's something that I don't want to go unnoticed. I put a lot of work into this craft.
Sylvia Fowles has an offensive rebound. There it is. One of the greatest players to ever play, the greatest center to ever play. People need to know about her.
After basketball, I just want her to live her life. The way she put 100 in basketball, put 100 in whatever else she want to do.
Auntie is so proud of you. You just made not just your family proud, but the world proud of you.
What's next for me? Just getting back to my studies, which is mortuary science. I'm so ready to pass the torch. I'm really leaving out on my own terms.